On the 13th day of the Kurukshetra war, the battlefield transformed into something far more terrifying than brute combat. This was no longer a clash of weapons. It was a battle of intelligence, geometry, timing, and death. That day, the Kaurava army unleashed a formation so complex that it was never meant to be defeated. Once a warrior entered it, survival was never part of the design. This formation was called the Chakravyuha. The Chakravyuha was not simply a circle of soldiers. It was a living, rotating war machine, a spiral of death. Every layer moved with purpose. Every soldier was a moving part of a greater design. The formation rotated continuously, pulling enemies inward, layer by layer, until escape became mathematically impossible. To understand how Arjuna broke it, we must first understand how the Chakravyuha worked. The formation consisted of 7 concentric circular layers. Each layer rotated in the opposite direction to the one before it. The outer rings moved slower but carried heavier warriors and stronger weapons. The inner rings rotated faster, filled with elite fighters trained to strike from multiple angles. If we express this logically, each layer had its own radius and angular velocity. The movement of every layer followed a pattern where rotational speed increased as the radius decreased. This meant that the deeper one went, the faster the battlefield shifted around them. In simple terms, reality inside the Chakravyuha never stood still. Entering the Chakravyuha required breaking a single opening in the outermost ring. That was possible with courage and strength. But exiting the formation was entirely different. To escape, a warrior had to break through all 7 layers at the same time, at precisely the right moment. Mathematically, if entry required 1 successful breach, exit required 7 synchronized breaches. A single warrior cannot attack 7 positions simultaneously. This is why the Chakravyuha was considered unbeatable. This is also why Abhimanyu fell. Abhimanyu knew how to enter the formation but not how to exit it. Arjuna had learned the complete strategy when Dronacharya explained it outside Subhadra's womb. Abhimanyu heard only half of the knowledge while still unborn. He understood the opening, but not the timing. He knew the structure, but not the synchronization. In war, incomplete knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. Arjuna, however, was different. Arjuna did not see the battlefield as chaos. He saw it as a moving coordinate system. Every enemy was a vector. Every arrow was a calculated trajectory. Every second mattered. What gave Arjuna an edge was not just his skill with the bow, but his understanding of timing. In a rotating system, there are brief moments when opposing movements align. These are known as null points, fractions of time where rotational forces cancel each other out. At those exact moments, the formation briefly loses its advantage. Arjuna waited for those moments. With Krishna guiding him, Arjuna did not attack randomly. He struck only when the rotation of multiple layers aligned for an instant. In those seconds, the Chakravyuha stopped behaving like a spiral and became vulnerable. Arjuna targeted the commanders, not the soldiers. He understood that the formation depended on coordination. Once the leaders fell, the rhythm collapsed. Without synchronization, the rotation slowed. When angular velocity dropped, the Chakravyuha lost its deadly geometry. Each layer required multiple, precise eliminations. At minimum, 3 coordinated strikes per layer were needed to destabilize it. Across 7 layers, that meant more than 20 decisive attacks under extreme pressure. In reality, battlefield resistance increased this number dramatically. Arjuna executed over 50 precision strikes while under constant assault. This was not brute force. This was calculated destruction. Krishna played a crucial role in this moment. He did not fight, but he controlled Arjuna's focus. He warned him of incoming vectors. He signaled the exact moments when rotation weakened. In modern terms, Krishna acted as a real-time strategic system, processing battlefield data and feeding Arjuna the perfect response. When Arjuna finally entered the Chakravyuha, he did not chase enemies. He attacked the structure itself. He broke the logic that held it together. As commanders fell and coordination shattered, the spiral slowed, collapsed, and dissolved into chaos. Once the rotation died, the Chakravyuha became nothing more than a crowd. And Arjuna walked out. The Chakravyuha was never invincible. It was only unbeatable against those who fought blindly. Arjuna did not defeat it with strength alone. He defeated it with understanding, timing, and complete knowledge. The lesson of the Chakravyuha is timeless. In war, in life, and in strategy, power means nothing without clarity, and the sharpest weapon has always been the mind.